I'm Christy, welcome to my channel. This is my first video in like, I want to say like 2 years. I never intentionally stopped filming, I just accidentally procrastinated for 2 years I think, I don't know. In that 2 years, not one, not two, yeah it was two people asked me to start making content again, so as you can see by the title of the video, today we're going to be doing a full face of ColourPop first impressions. I've never tried anything from ColourPop before, but I've always wanted to. The reason that I never did is because I was worried about customs from America, but I just thought fuck it. The only thing that I've tried from this like little haul, I guess, that I got is the Baby Got Peach palette, which I've used a couple of times and I did really like. The only shade I didn't like from it was this kind of like pressed glitter shade. I even tried it with glitter glue and it just wasn't great. It looked a little bit like conjunctivitis in my eyes and it was not the best. But all the other shadows were really nice. I think I've had a chance to use all of them now, and I really like their eyeshadow formula, so let's hope in the other palettes that I've got that the formula is similar to this. I think I'm titling this something like I spent £250 on ColourPop. That's not entirely accurate, I just can't stop myself from lying. It was like £240 60 pence, and like £40 of that was shipping, which is mental, so it actually better be worth it. I've already prepped my skin with moisturiser. I never got a primer. I can't remember if I just forgot to get a primer or I didn't see one that I wanted, but that's fine, like I don't wear a primer every day anyway. I got the No Filter foundation and the No Filter concealer, and I got the concealer in Fair 06 and the foundation in Fair 35. I am really bad at matching my foundation online, so God knows if this is gonna match. Oh, it's a cute little bottle. I imagine if this is like a no filter foundation, then it's going to be quite high coverage. I like kind of like a medium coverage, so I'm just going to apply a little bit and then see how I go with that. I still like my skin to look like skin. It's like a really thin, watery consistency. I'm just going to apply it right with my sponge. The sponge looks really dirty, but I promise you it's not. It is just the colour of it. I got it from this place called My Little Eco Shop, and it just looks like a really like cake tin foundation dirty sponge, but it is just the colour. So far, I don't know if I like how this is applying. I have only done from here to here, but I have like quite textured skin. I have like a lot of open pores, a couple of little scars, I've got some acne, and my skin is really oily, and I feel like this is kind of making it look worse than what it is. It's a good shade match though is what I'll say, but I'm not sure if no filter would be accurate. I don't normally just give foundations one try and see if I like them. I'll try them a couple of different times. Sometimes it depends like what base you've got on or just how your skin is that day. Sometimes you might love it, sometimes you might hate it. I've found that with foundations before, that some I've tried and I've absolutely hated and then like I've went back to and they've become my favourite. But on first application right now with that, I'm saying not my favourite. Like round my mouth, like it looks like crazy textured. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I'll come closer in a wee sec. So hopefully you can see that a little bit better. Maybe I'll turn my light off and you'll be able to see. I don't know if you can see anything. It just seems to be kind of settling into my pores, and like especially around my mouth I feel like it emphasises every line, every hair. I'm not enjoying how that's looking right now. I feel like with the ring light it can be quite deceiving because the light kind of like diffuses and blurs everything, so it does all look kind of like flat. But when the light's off I feel like it looks really bad. Well, yeah, it's bad. I'm actually just going to pop a lip balm on just now, and I got the little Just a Tin Mini Duo Fruit Basket, their little collaboration with Animal Crossing, and it's just so cute. So in with this one you get a juicy apple one and a cherry one. Oh, they are so cute. It smells really nice. My lips are way too crispy for this shit. Anyway, moving on to the No Filter concealer. Probably more of like a brightening concealer, and it looks quite pinky toned. Which, I mean, if it's the wrong shade, it is entirely my fault. I'll just blend that out with my sponge again. It's going to be hard to actually see if I really like the concealer, just because I really hate how the foundation is sitting right now. It just looks so cakey. So far, the concealer is okay. I do think that the shade's a little bit off for me. It's like, again, I don't think you can really tell in camera, but it's quite pinky toned, and I almost prefer like a more like neutral concealer. I'm going to go off camera, powder and bronze and do my eyebrows because I don't have any of that, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. But for you, it will seem like just a second. I hate everything about my skin right now. It looks like shit. It looks like powdery, cakey, creasy shit. So I got 2 different blushes here, which is called Take the Cake. Oh, pretty. It's like a nice kind of baby pink colour. It's got like a little bit of shimmer through it. I got this big boy here, which is called Foxy. And that's, whoa, very shimmery. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I knew that was shimmery. I think I thought that was matte at first, but that's more of like a summery orange shade. I'm going to put the pink one on, I think. And I don't like to be shy when it comes to the blush. More is more in my opinion. Yeah, that's actually really pretty. I like that a lot. And it does have like a slight luminosity to it, but it doesn't look glittery or anything. It just looks like it's got like a really nice little sheen to it, which I like. Of course, because I'm a cute little fairy princess, aren't I? And then I got just one of the Super Shock highlighters because I've heard really good things about it, and I got mine in the shade Candy Floss. Wow, she's pretty. I like it. It's got like almost like a silvery greeny reflect to it. Maybe not green, maybe I'm talking rubbish. It's like a pinky silver. I just don't think the camera will pick it up that well, like how it looks in real life, but it's so nice. I got the Meant to Be Making Mauves in a Trance and It's My Pleasure. There's Meant to Be in a Trance, Making Mauves, then It's My Pleasure. I'm probably most drawn to the In a Trance palette, and I think just with the blush I've got on and that really glittery highlighter, I just feel like this is the vibe. So I'm going to go in with this baby blue shade here, Future Self. And I'm just going to take that in my crease. Oh wait, I should have really patted out that concealer. Okay, so far that's blended out quite nicely. I don't know if that concealer was the best base for it. Usually I do always just use my concealer over my eyes as like a base. I like never really use an eye primer, but because I don't know how I like that concealer, I don't actually know if it is the best for the eyeshadows. It seems to be kind of dragging just slightly here, but when I used the Sweet Peach palette with the concealer that I normally use, I didn't have that problem, so I am inclined to believe that it's probably the concealer. And I'm going to go into this little lilac shade here, Own Your Power, and I'm just going to put that kind of lower down in my crease. There's quite a lot of fallout with these eyeshadows, but I always find that to be the case with more kind of pastel-y, white based eyeshadows that do tend to be a lot more foofy. I'm then just going to go in to this shade here, which is Transcend Dance, and it's like a kind of sky blue, and it's got like a slight kind of glitter through it as well, but I don't know if that's going to be like an overspray and then it's going to be matte underneath, but It's not a shimmer shade, it is just like a little bit of glitter, so I think it will still blend like a matte shadow. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Fuck yes! Beautiful. So I don't know what to do in terms of like shimmer, because there is shimmers in the palette, but like I said, I did want to use one of the Super Shock shadows. The ones that I got are Mycelium. This is from the Raw Beauty Christie, what's it called? What was her collection called? At Forest Sight, and I really wanted to get like the entire collection, but they were out of stock of it, so I got the one thing that I could get. And this one here, which is Free Reign. Set to Stun. Ritz, which I think this shade in particular I've heard a few people raving about, so I'm excited to try that. And I think the one that I am going to try today is, what's it called? Frog. Hello? So, hold on, let me think. I'm going to take this shade here, Crown Chakra. It's like a shimmery pink, and I'm going to put that in the centre of my eye. Okay, so it's not going on too great on top of the blue. Hold on, I'm going to rescue it. Don't like that over the blue, not at all, not one bit, not one single bit. Those colours are nice together though. I think what would have been better if I'd actually like curved out with concealer like a little half cut crease, but honestly I just never do that anymore. Okay, I'm excited to go in with this Super Shock shadow. So I don't know whether it's better to go in with my finger or in with a brush. I think I'm just going to go in with a brush and try and get that little like half cut crease type shape. Oh, it's a funny texture. It's like a, not like a, I thought it was going to be like a really, words, say them. Oh, it's like kind of spongy almost. It feels like nothing but something at the same time. I think I'm actually just going to go in with my finger because I don't know how well the brush is going to pick that up. Wow. And I'll just try it a little bit on the brush just to try and get it up and in there. I like that a lot. It's really nice. I don't think the camera's picking up quite how nice that is. It's just like a really pretty frosty pink, but that like texture of that is not like any eyeshadow I've ever used before. It's like a kind of jelly consistency almost, but it's not wet. Like it doesn't feel like wet or sticky on my eyelids, but the consistency of that is almost like a putty kind of. I'm curious just to see how this would look on my face as a little highlight. Wow. And then just for the sake of trying to use as many of these shades as possible, I'm going to take the shade Daydream Lippy and I'm going to just run that along my lower lash line. Kind of looks like I've got an eye infection, but I just got in with that Super Shock shadow again. So spongy. And I'm going to run that along my lower lash line. Maybe with my finger. So I'm just going to put my mascara on and it'll be 2 minutes. So while I was doing my mascara there, I just want to say that I feel like the longer my base has been on, like it actually looks better than what it did when I originally put it on. So I feel like my forehead looks like very dry and very cakey, and like where my lines are, it's like settled into them. But where I like really hated it around my eyes before and around my mouth looks slightly improved. Hi, what's up? It's me, Christy from the future. What's happening? Anyway, I've had the foundation on now for about 4.5 hours, and I actually think it looks a lot better on my skin now than what it did when I initially first put it on. Like now my oils have like came through a little bit and it's like a little bit dewier. I still feel like it's made my texture look quite bad, but I don't know if I've just tested it on a day that's not particularly good, because I'm like at my period, so my skin is quite bad just now. My pores tend to look a little bit bigger anyway, and obviously like I am like having like breakouts. I'm going to keep trying the foundation and see, but I will say it looks a lot better now that it has had time to settle than what it did when I first put it on. So the last face product I have is probably the product I'm most excited about out of all of them, and it is their Freckle Pen. I love a good freckle, I'll tell you that right now. So I got it in the shade Soft Brown, and it's like a little tip like that. And I like to focus them mainly across the bridge of my nose. Remember a while ago when some people were getting freckles actually tattooed onto their face, and everybody was like, that's mental, like who would get freckles tattooed on their face? And I'm like, yes, mental. The last thing I've got is lip products. Lippy pencil in the shade Petal Please. Cute. It's like a kind of browny maroon shade it looks like. I have no idea what I've bought, I don't remember. The shade Field Day, and I got this one specifically because I've seen someone talking about it and saying that it was really nice and goes with so many and this one here, which is So Happy. That's like a kind of lighter nude boy. This is one of the Luxe Lipsticks. I don't know what makes this different from the other ones. Oh, it's got cute little stars on it. The shade Layover. And this is one of the Lippy sticks, and this is in the shade Bichette. Ah yes, I'll wear this when I want to be really bitchy. Another one of the Luxe ones, and this one's in Tea Time. It looks kind of like a kind of burn orangey nude to me. That's pretty. And then I got this little one here, honestly, just because of the packaging. I thought it was so cute with Snow White on it. And I think this is like a kind of true Snow White red. So I think with the eye look I've got on today, it's probably going to have to be one of the nudie ones that I go for. So I think it will be probably Layover. That's the kind of lighter nude. I think I'll go with this one here, which is Field Day. That went on like no bother at all. It's so shoop. I hope this goes on okay. My lips have been so dry. I was literally back on my conspiracy bullshit, like, because I'm like, I've been using so much Glossier Balm.com, my lips are just getting scabbier and scabbier, like they must be putting like glass in it so that you need to use more of the product, and then that's the only thing that's hydrating your lips, but yet there's glass in it that's creating micro cuts in your lips, so you need to keep using more and more and more. And like, this is all like alleged information that I have come up with in my head. Is it going to stop me using Glossier Balm.com? No, because it's the fucking Balm.com. Just imagine it was on someone who didn't have like crusty lips right now. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Maybe I'll do another video with the other products I've got. If not, I'm definitely going to try and upload more regularly. So I'll see you in 2 years. Bye! Hi! Oh, just say hello! Hey guys, how y'all doing?